So I'm not going to dress today's video up. This is all about exactly what you need to do to hit your fairway woods and hybrids the best you've ever hit them from the ground, just like this. A great strike, nice and accurate, and great distance to top it off. Now obviously if you're watching this video, that's probably not how you hit your fairway woods or your hybrids. So what you tend to do is probably set up to the golf ball as you've been told, ball forward, make your swing, and occasionally you get that good strike that goes like that. But pay attention there to the low point, 2.3 inches behind. And like I said, you do hit the odd good one, but more often than not, it's topped, maybe fatted, maybe thinned, but just such inconsistency that you can't be building confidence with the fairway woods and hybrids. And they're such an important club for most golfers because we need that ability to hit the ball a good distance from the ground. So first things first, let's talk about what we're trying to achieve. So when the golf ball is on the ground with any club, we need to produce a very similar delivery with the club of the club hitting the golf ball and then the ground. So we need the lowest point of our golf swing to be after the golf ball, so target side of the ball. And what we saw on the very first one that I did there is that the low point was well after the golf ball, so I'd have been collecting the ball and then the ground, a little bit of shaft lean, and that gave me that great strike. Now the one that actually was a good one, that's that occasional one, we actually saw the low point was 2.3 inches behind, and I'd managed to control the height of my swing just enough so that I hit it well. But if I'd have been a bit higher, I'd have thinned it. If I'd have been a bit lower, I'd have caught the ground. So the first problem I see is at setup. So all too often, golfers have it in their heads that they need to get that golf ball well forward, opposite that lead heel. And if I said to you the low point of your golf swing, if I didn't shift my weight at all, would be opposite my left armpit. So all of a sudden, that's going to be incredibly close to the golf ball. And it is doable, but it's very, very difficult to get right on a regular basis. So the first thing I like golfers to do, and this works with every single golfer that I see face-to-face with, and if you work through this video with me correctly, I guarantee this will work fantastically well for you. So the first thing we're going to do is maybe if you've got 3-wood, 5-wood, 7-wood, we're going to go into one of the more lofted ones to begin with. So I've got my 7-wood in my hand, and I'm going to move the ball maybe just forward of my sternum, so fairly central. And I'm just going to try and swing and almost feel that this is a little bit like my 7-iron. So I'm going to make my normal 7-iron swing and see what happens. So we see 95 mph club speed, low point 3.5 inches ahead. Clubs travel down 4 degrees, 216 carry, 226 total. And to be honest, that's my perfect number for my 7-wood. But the instant thing that I see there is once I move that ball position a little bit more towards the centre of my stance, it's much easier to start moving that low point ahead and getting that ball and then ground contact. And it might just be that simple little change for you that absolutely transforms your metal woods from the ground. Now, talking from experience here, not every golfer manages to do that. So what you'll see with a lot of golfers is they'll move that ball position back, and what they'll then do is they'll make their swing, but then they'll kind of hang back and still bottom out behind the golf ball, and it kind of doesn't matter where they move the ball, they always bottom out too early. And I think a huge bit of that is that concept of trying to sweep the ball away. The sweeping motion, if I'm just trying to sweep it away there, we can see every single time I'm touching behind the ball. Now, I would say, and this is where TrackMan's great, is if I got my low point directly under the golf ball, the club would be moving almost dead level with the ground at that point. So that would be the sweeping motion. But it's incredibly difficult to get that absolutely perfect every time. So if we can get that low point ahead, game changer. Now, what I see with a lot of golfers though is they'll get there, and then when you say to them, right, we need to move your weight towards the target, what they'll do is, from here, they'll move everything together. And as everything goes, the hips and the torso, we can see down the line, that club gets thrown out. And then obviously we're going to start working across and either get a big pull, or we'll leave the club face open, back off, and get the cutty one. So what I want you to feel, and do this as a couple of practice swings, is you're going to get there, ball slightly forward, make your backswing as normal, and as your hands are getting to the top, we want to feel that your lower body drives towards the target, but you're almost feeling like your sternum stays a little bit more behind the ball. So as I get that feel, I can still see there that my low point, I'm touching after the golf ball, which again would give me that ball and then ground contact. So we'll do a couple of practice swings, maybe not at full speed to begin with, and then we're going to go into the ball, set up, ball slightly forward, lower body's going to drive, but definitely sternum's going to feel it stays a little bit more behind the ball. Now, definitely a little bit out the toe, and definitely not my best swing, but we could see there, the low point was after the golf ball, club's travelling down, therefore a result of that, we're not topping it, we're not fatting it, we're not thinning it. So that was better straight away. So again, I'd get that feel. That feels really, really good. And then into the golf ball, and again, focus on that movement. Again, good club head speed, low point ahead, low point after the ball, club's travelling down, 1.8 degrees. And again, if not absolutely ripped, 204 carry. But that little tweak to address, and then that different concept of how we're trying to drive the lower body will really, really help. Now, if you are watching this video and enjoying it, please like, comment, share the video. These videos are here to help you with your golf game. If you want a little bit more help with your golf game, I'm going to pop a link in the corner for some free fundamental videos. Literally just pop your email in, they'll send those 5 or 6 videos over on the different parts of your game, and then you can work through those and make sure you're not slipping into any bad habits. Now, what I would say is when golfers set up, and particularly when they start that downswing, what I tend to see with a lot of golfers is as they move their lower body, you tend to see that that right hip starts moving towards the face on camera. And from down the line, we can see moving towards the golf ball. Now, as we get that going, again, we can see the clubs out there, makes it incredibly difficult. So I almost want you to feel that when you're at the top and the lower body's moving towards the target, that right hip is moving towards the target to then make that swing through. And again, we can set up, make that swing. Again, 97 mile an hour club speed, 2 inches ahead, 2.6 degrees down, and 215 total. And it is a funny one because I think most golfers, they're so obsessed with trying to swing the club quick and trying to get maximum distance. They don't really appreciate that once that ball position's better, if you just start moving your body more effectively, you deliver that club so much better, so much more powerfully, and you're able to stand up there, put that swing on it, get some fantastic results, and really start thinking about how easy these clubs are. And so often golfers get told that the scoring clubs are the wedges. But if you're somebody who struggled with fairway woods and hybrids, you'll appreciate these are your scoring clubs. You need that ability to get that second shot, maybe even that third shot, as far down the hole as possible. But if you cannot get a good strike with these longer clubs from the ground and get that power and accuracy into those shots, these become the clubs that absolutely kill your scoring. But remember, we're going to get that ball position just slightly forward of centre. We're going to swing towards the top, feel the lower body, that right hip drives towards the target, sternum stays back, swing all the way through, and maybe, just maybe, the fairway woods and hybrids become your new favourite clubs.